I have not learned the skill set of people. We found ourselves 90 days in and realizing that we had made a big mistake. We had already wasted a lot of money on this person and we had to let her go. If you have a revolving door where you have a lot of people coming in and a lot of people going out on your staff, that's most likely going to be a problem and is not a problem of healthy turnover. That is what we call bad turnover. You are a prisoner in your business because your business will not be able to grow unless it's on your back. The right person is not the person who has the highest skill set. The right person is not the person who, when you look at the resume, they have the experience, they have all these accomplishments, and it just looks like this person can come in and crush it. What do you think is the most important aspect of your business that's going to allow you to achieve your vision? If you are watching this video, then you're probably a wellness business owner, an entrepreneur, where you have these desires inside of you to grow a massive impact. And so I say impact, not business, because it might be different for you. That impact might be the impact that you have in your local community and maybe a national impact that you want to make. But there is a vision there if you have a business. The thing that you need to understand is going to be what is the most critical part that's going to allow you to be able to push your impact forward and do it without losing your sanity, feeling like you're going to burn out. And that is people. The people in your business, the people that you lead are going to be the people that allow you to multiply your impact. And the reason why that is because there's only so many things that you can actually do if you want to spread, if you want to multiply. My name's Josh, guys. I'm the CEO of a medical company, the CEO of a business and consulting company. Over the last decade, I've been pursuing this journey through entrepreneurship. And I have gotten the people component wrong so many times. Here's an example that I'm embarrassed about, but it is what it is. It happened. It was at my first gym. And I remember one day just opening up this file cabinet and seeing that W-2 folder, and it was looking pretty thick. So I'm thinking, okay, cool, maybe we organized some stuff wrong. We have some of the wrong documents in this folder. So let me take this out and organize it. You know, I start flipping through and I see W-2, W-2, W-2. I'm like, wait, these are all W-2s. And it just hit me of how many people that I hired that had to either get fired or that quit, that were no longer there with my business. And I was only about 3 years in. If you own a wellness business, you probably have ran into this issue of it's hard to find the right staff. There aren't that many great people that want to hustle without it being some cushy corporate job. That was kind of the excuse I was telling myself, but deep down something was speaking to me and it was telling me that, no, this is a problem. That I have not learned the skill set of people. I have not learned the skill set of how to lead a team, how to grow a team, all those different components there. And that if I do not understand this, then I'm never going to be able to multiply my impact because I'm always going to be stuck as a prisoner working in my business. Some symptoms that can tell you if you're leading in this direction is, one, do you have high turnover? Do you have unhealthy turnover? Some turnover is good turnover. Being able to let go of the wrong people, let go of the cancers, the people that are underperforming, those type of things, that's healthy turnover. But if you have a revolving door where you have a lot of people coming in and a lot of people going out on your staff, that's most likely going to be a problem and is not a problem of healthy turnover. That is what we call bad turnover. And the second symptom is going to be, do you feel like you are a prisoner in your business? Do you feel like you are the only one that can close the deal, that can get the job done right, that can take a vision that you have or a current mission and actually get it executed? And if you feel like you're the only one always coming up with strategy, coming up with the action plans and coming in with how things have to get done, then you are a prisoner in your business because your business will not be able to grow unless it's on your back. And unfortunately, only one person can hold so much load. And so this concept of people, it's where it starts. Because if you have the right people on the bus, if you have the right people that can take your vision and develop strategy, make decisions, get stuff done, then you are going to be able to move so much faster than your competition. You're going to be able to grow so much farther than what you ever thought was even imaginable. And the results you're going to be able to get are going to be so much better than if it's just done by your hands and your hands alone. I want to get really tactile here and kind of give you 3 things that can help you get the right people that can push your vision forward. Let's start with number 1 of who is the right person. The right person is not the person who has the highest skill set. The right person is not the person who, when you look at the resume, they have the experience, they have all these accomplishments, and it just looks like this person can come in and crush it. The right person is actually the person who has two things. One, they have your values. They fit your culture. And number two, they have resilience. If you have someone that fits your culture, that lives and breathes what you are preaching, what you're talking about in your business, that person's going to be in the right place. I'm assuming you're in startup mode or you're a smaller business that's looking to become a big business. There is growth that you are looking for, and you're looking for massive growth. And so you need people that have the resilience to be able to push through that growth, because that growth phase comes with a lot of chaos and a lot of problems. If you are only asking skill-based questions, if you're only looking at the resume, then a lot of times you're going to make the mistake of bringing someone in who does not fit those two categories. A good example of this was when we were, looking for a big time marketing director. And, this is going to be a high paid position, right? You're talking 6 figures plus. And so I remember us thinking, okay, cool. You know what we're going to do? We're going to find someone who's already been a marketing director before, where on the resume, it just looks perfect. We found them. We found the person. We hired her. Something interesting happened. Even though on paper, she had all the skill sets, even though she was very smart, high IQ, all of those things were there, it did not work out. We found ourselves 90 days in and realizing that we had made a big mistake. We had already wasted a lot of money on this person, and we had to let her go. So you want to, yes, have skilled people. That absolutely needs to be there. There needs to be a base of skill set. But if you can find the person who is a culture fit and has the characteristic of resilience, then no matter what, you can take that person and they can learn. Some ways that you can do this is make sure that on your job post, you actually list out what you stand for and what you stand against. What's your vision? Is it listed on there? Is your mission listed on there? Do you speak on your core values? But most importantly, it should read almost like a sales copy, to where it shows the person who you are, what you believe in, and then also sells them on what you do not want. Now, for example, us being a scaling company, we're not looking for people that are looking for your typical 9 to 5. We're not looking for your corporate style employees. And so we put that message out there, not just our interview process, but in our process of who we even allow to interview with us, because we want them to know exactly who we are and who we're not. Because if they fall in the category of who we're not, we want to push that person away. We want to scare them away and make sure that they don't even want to apply for the job. Now, the second thing that is key here is going to be, how do you get them in momentum? So I actually learned this from Layla Hermosi. She was a mentor of mine. I actually went and worked in their company, Gym Launch. And there was this document. It was just a simple 1 to 2 page document called a 4Rs document. What 4Rs stand for is that's going to be roles, requirements, responsibilities, and results. And so the beauty in breaking it down like this is we can make it very crystal clear that for this position, this is how we describe the role. This is what it is. The daily, the weekly, the monthly responsibilities that that person will have to own. And then if they own those responsibilities well, then here are the clear results, the benchmarks that they should be hitting to know if they are doing a good job. We may even have a good onboarding process, but when we hire people so many times, those 4 things are not clear. And then we wonder why it's 90 days later and this person does not feel like they're actually contributing to the greater vision. It feels like we have to give them a to-do list every single day. We have to tell them exactly what to do, how to think. And that can serve you in the very beginning, but you're going to reach this breaking point where you hit this wall where you feel like you look around and you're like, man, I have 5 people on staff. I have 10 people on staff, but it feels like you're not making leaps and bounds. And the reason why that's happening is because you just have hands on staff. And if that becomes your entire day, you're going to, 1, feel like you hate your business. And number 2, you're going to feel like you're making a lot of action, but you're not really getting a lot of momentum. You need people that can think strategy. No matter where they are in the business, they have to be able to own their position, own their role, understand their responsibilities, and think of the strategy that they need to have to be able to get the results that need to happen to be able to grow the business. This may sound simple, but it is so critical to be able to get someone in momentum fast. And then number 3 is, how do we keep in momentum? The easiest hack I can give you here is, do you have a clear meeting cadence? Don't freak out. I know meetings suck. No one likes meetings, but meetings only suck when they are unproductive. And so that's why it's so important to think strategically about what is the meeting cadence that you need to be able to take someone who's a great staff, who's the right fit on the bus, and how do you keep them in momentum? And so I want to give you a very easy cadence of what I would say are non-negotiable meetings that should be on your calendar every single week. Number one is an all hands meeting. This can be a short meeting where you have all of your staff on. And the purpose of this meeting is mainly for you to be able to give vision, conviction, and make sure that everyone knows the direction that the company is headed. How are we doing? What progress we're making? What was the win? Should be discussed on this call. And then conviction in your service or your product that you give your clients. Does the team understand that the impact that they're making actually matters? Conviction in your team's wins, right? How are they winning? How are the actions that they're taking matching the values that you have in your business? How are they pushing things forward? And if you have that all hands meeting and that is happening on a weekly basis, and you are doing those things on a weekly basis, then it's going to create a lot of massive momentum for the team itself. The second non-negotiable is going to be one-on-ones. So one-on-ones should be more frequent for new hires. They should definitely be multiple times per week. But after that period, because a lot of people get that right. They understand when I onboard someone, I need to meet with them daily, need to train them, we need to have conversations, all those things there. But then sometimes we do this thing where we just kind of let go. And the next thing you know, it's 3 months later and there's never actually been an intentional check-in with this employee. And we wonder why they're starting to kind of drift. And it's not necessarily because they're dropping the ball or they've lost interest or things like that. Usually it's just because that initial cadence that we had in the beginning is no longer there. And so an easy way to keep that team member momentum is to have clear one-on-ones. And these are not one-on-ones where you're talking about even work performance or details on the job or things like that. These are one-on-ones where you're checking in, not micromanaging, but checking in on them. A couple questions that you can ask on these one-on-ones is, hey, what are you excited about right now? What's going well? What do you feel like you're crushing? What problems are you dealing with? And these questions are kind of the building ground for a one-on-one. And one-on-ones can be a 20-minute conversation. It can be a Zoom call. If you're not in person, you have a remote company. If you're in person, it could be going for a walk with them just to open up the door for that conversation. Because it's going to allow you to get a lot deeper into what do they need support with? What do they need resources? What do they need just some mentorship with? And then most importantly, it lets them know that you care. And so these one-on-ones are powerful. This is how you keep that connection with that person and keep them motivated towards the big vision of what you're looking to accomplish. The last one here is going to be your department meetings. These are the department meetings where it's very hyper-focused. It's taking those objectives from that all-hands meeting on what your guys are going to do to push the vision forward and breaking those objectives down by departments and making sure that department is very clear on just one main thing. What are the action items that we have to take this week to continue to push this ball forward? That's 3 meetings that they have to be on weekly that will help them have a massive impact in shaping your business and taking your vision and bringing it into reality. So if you are looking to grow a massive business, if you're looking just to have a massive impact, if you're looking to just keep having success, to be able to build that team that can help you do that, it starts with the people that you have. So who are you bringing on the bus? How are you bringing on the right people? How are you getting them into momentum when they do get started? And then number 3, how are you keeping them in momentum once they are there? Focus on these things, build the people, because as the CEO of your business, your number one job is to build a big enough vision that people within it can succeed, can win, and push it forward. And if you can accomplish that, there's so much more that you can do with a team than what you can do by yourself. So I hope you found some value in this. If you did, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button so that way you get notified for the next video. The more that we see this channel grow, the more content we're going to keep pushing out directly for you. If you have anything specific that you want to learn about, drop that in the comments, and I would just love to read that stuff and be able to help create content that helps you grow your business. Go chase it, have a big impact. I'll see you on the next one.